Simmer in Wonderland here for Tarot in Simland. This is for Leos, which, as I mentioned in my Cancer one, if you watched it, Leo, Cancers, and Geminis, all very special to me because Gemini is my sun sign, Cancer is my rising, and Leo is my moon. If you're interested in finding out about what your rising sun and Leo are Leo, rising sun and moons are, go to birthchart.com. All you need to know is the location you were born and the time you were born, and it should give you your chart. If interested in any personal readings, go ahead and hit me up on Twitter at Summer in Wonderland. I do require payment for personal readings, but it's very low payment, and it really depends on the spread you want and other factors. Just message me, it'll be a lot easier. Only if you're interested, of course. If you're not, just enjoy this general reading for Leo while I make a Sim-inspired Leo. Alright, let's begin. Okay, before I start, even though I just said let's begin, so I have a 3-card spread of the normal 72 card deck, and then under that, a 3-card spread of the Oracle deck. I just consider it 3 spread because the Oracle's explanations are a continuous explanation of the main 72 card deck. And I will say it's Alice in Wonderland themed, so the wording of the Oracle deck is more Alice in Wonderland-ish, but I will do my best to interpretate it and explain it in a way I think you will understand, and I hope you understand. Yeah. Also, there's tons of Emperor and Empresses lately. I don't know what's going on, but that's a big thing. I don't remember if Taurus had one, but so far Gemini and Cancer had Empresses, and I'm about to explain now Leo has an Emperor. So yeah. Let's begin now. In the past, it's the Emperor, and I feel like it's Emperor in reverse. And how I'm taking this is you're thinking more with your heart or your emotions than you are with like logic per se. And for whatever reason, I think it's really throwing you off. I think as a fire sign, Leos are very logical for a fire sign. I feel like they're the ones that if they were to debate, they do it with lots of logic. Even though they're very fiery, they're still calculated. Like, they're still thinking, So I think sort of being more emotional in your emotions is really throwing you off. It says follow your own good advice. That's the Oracle. So I think, you should realize that feelings aren't black and white. I feel like feelings are sometimes put in a box, which is not, in my opinion, correct. I feel like feelings are very grayish. They're very colorful. They're very messy even. They're a lot of sometimes intertwined, and you sort of had to untangle them, So I really think you should sit with your emotions. If your situation is coming up where you have to think with your heart or your head, just sit in your emotions. I wouldn't jump to anything right now. I would just sit in your emotions and really see what is the best thing for the situation at hand. But yeah, that is what I'm grasping from the past. And the present is very similar to that, where I think the 10 of Swords is the end of a cycle. And the way I'm interpreting this is that if, for whatever reason, the decision or choice or situation you're going through right now of having to think with your head or think with your heart, I think you're worried about if you think with your emotions too much, that you're going to be more vulnerable, and that's going to shed possibly a part of you don't want to shed, the part you're more scared to shed. And I think if you choose the more logical side, you wonder if that's actually the right choice you're making. The Oracle is managed to be glad. So I believe that whatever choice you make, because I believe every situation is going to be different, you gotta be managed to be glad. Managed to be glad that you were vulnerable. Managed to be glad that you even thought of being vulnerable. Like, managed to be glad that you chose logic as a better decision. You know, you sat with your feelings, you sat with what was in front of you, and you thought through it. I mean, managed to be glad, because that is amazing. I'm with a support group that's with children of dysfunctional families, and so we're very heavy on sitting in our feelings, and it's hard. It's hard. So, bow down to that. Wonderful. And the future is the King of Pentacles, which is funny because that's actually like the sign of like logic. It's actually very logical. It's very materialistic. It's very think with a narrow mind, So I think I'm going to say there's two interpretations for it because it depends on the situation at hand. It depends if you think with your heart and your head. But if you think with a logic sense, I think you will be okay with choosing that logic. I think you will, even though part of you will wonder if it was the right choice, I think you'll be okay with it. But if you chose a more emotional approach against the logic, I think you'll be wondering if you chose the right choice. If you allowed something or someone to intimidate you to sort of make you quiet, that could also be with choosing logic. I think you also might wonder if, you chose logic for the right reasons. But in general, I want you to know if you chose logic, I think it was a good choice for you. And if you chose emotions, it's also a good choice for you. But I think you'll wonder either way if that was the right choice. But I think if you sit with your feelings, if you look at the situation at hand and sort of take it with both approaches and sort of untangle your feelings and realize feelings are not meant to be in a box, they're very gray and not black and white. I think the situation or whatever you're going through will work out for the best. Yeah, I hope this resonated with Leos. I just found out how I interpreted it, so I hope it was okay. I hope it was good. Yeah. So if you enjoy this, watch my other videos. I have a Let's Play and some Let Me Tell You a Story of, which I just do random facts about random things. So yeah, thank you for all the lovely support I've received. I am so incredibly grateful for every single one of my moons. Spread kindness and stay healthy. Bye!